coming out here after 30 years, yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Hey man, shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. Boom. I appreciate the support, man. We out here, man. We pushing this pig. 24/7, 365, man. 5.5 years and running. Let's go. Let's get it. Big love to all my supporters, man. Big love to all my subscribers, man. All my members, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. If y'all ain't got the membership, man, get over there and see what we talking about. And you know what we talking about, you dig? But let's go. Let's get it, man. I appreciate y'all, man. We on the road to 150K one more again. You dig? When we get there, we had a meet and greet, man. Stay tuned, man. Merch coming, man. Book coming, man. Interviews coming. Stay tuned. Let's go. Listen, man, let me tell y'all this story right here. I spoke on it before briefly, but I think in another story, but I didn't break down the details to y'all. Let me break down the details to y'all. When a CO kind of sort of more or less stole my sack. Yeah, stole my package, man. Stole that, you know, that thing from me, man. And it was crazy because when you don't know, you just don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I had this CO. Female CO. It wasn't nothing like that, but it was a female CO. And the reason why I was able to get close to her was because when I got transferred back to the institution, back to Greensville, this was like I've been there 3 times. I think this was my second run there. When I got back to my second run on Greensville, it was a female CO that worked there that I kind of knew on the street, but I didn't know because she was a youngin' at the time. I knew her brother, right? Her brother ended up becoming, you know, he was a real big dude, man. Probably about 6'8", 6'9", right? He was a hell of a high school basketball player. Ended up going to college. He ended up playing pro for a little bit, and then he played pro overseas for a minute, like 10, 11 years or whatever, right? So I knew him. So that's kind of like how I knew her. So that was how I was able to make the connection with her. So when I get there, back on this run, she there, and she been there a minute because I was gone a minute. She got a little motion on that joint. She doing her little thing. You know what I'm saying? You know, and she pulled up on me like, you don't remember me? And I didn't because she was so small. But when she told me who she was, oh, you such and such brother. Oh, okay, woo. And then, you know, she was like, oh, you need something? Let me know why, because it's like a connection. You know him from the street, right? You know what I'm saying? Even though she, you know what I'm saying, the police, right? So then I started doing my background check on it, even though I knew her brother. You gotta do your due diligence because even if you locked up, you've been locked up so long and you don't really know these people. I don't really like know her because she was, like I said, she was a kid when I was out there, man, you know, a little youngin'. So, I started hearing little things about her, like, you know what I'm saying, she do this, she do that, she'll bust a move for some money. Mean she'll bring that sack in if the money right, and she think you ain't, you know what I'm saying, you ain't the police. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, okay. And I heard little things too about she, you know, like a little dude on there, and the little dude and her might be, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, she all the way in the mix, right? So I started chopping it up with her, even though I was in a different building. I was still like chopping it up with her, you know what I'm saying? So I remember one time, man, I pulled up on her about, you know what I'm saying, look, what's up, man? I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to get some money, you know what I'm saying? You with it or what? And she was like, I mean, yeah, if the money good for me, blah, blah, blah. So now, mind you that if I know her or know her, I know she is still in the area where I got people at, that I know people, you know what I'm saying, my cousins and brothers or whoever is in this area, right? So she know them. So I'm like, look, I'm gonna put a play together, man, and I'm gonna make sure, you get broke off or whatever. So she was like, cool, you know what I'm saying? If it's right, I got you. So I did it. You know what I'm saying? Holler at my people hollered at her, you know what I'm saying? She get that, come back with that, we split that, break that, she get, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh man, so this is like, when you in the penitentiary, if you can get this, like if you get a runner, that's a CO. If you get a runner, you get a police, man, you can almost make anything happen. You can make money. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on how hard they willing to go, what they willing to bring in, and how much they willing to bring in, and how often. Then you gonna get paid. You know what I'm saying? Plus, you got eyes, because if it's the CO, they got ears, back there. Like, if your name pop up, like, with the investigators or somebody, like, you know what I'm saying, Bank getting this package in, everybody say he, you know what I'm saying, he got the drugs, whatever. They can be, you know what I'm saying, forewarn you that, hey, they own to you. You know what I'm saying? And, you can get the heads up. You know what I'm saying? They definitely gonna warn you, because in their mind, if they doing it with you, they assuming you ain't gonna tell nothing. Even if it come down to that, you gonna hold water. But at the same time, they gonna warn you, because, like I say, they could possibly be implicated. It depends on who it is. With me, you got no chance on being implicated, because if you bringing me something, they could catch me with whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I got to take my lick. If they say you gonna get 100 years, you ain't gonna never get out, I'm still not gonna tell on nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I hope it wouldn't come to that. But if it came to that, I'm not gonna tell on nobody. You done bought me something. You done put your livelihood, your freedom at risk. Even though you getting broke off, compensated decently, I'm still not gonna do that, because it's not in my principles and my morals. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think they really worried about that. But I'm just saying, you had those, you got those type of dynamics when you dealing with a CO. So they will let you know, look, people get ready to run down on you. You know what I'm saying? So boom. So it was a beautiful thing, man. So I'm starting to move with it every now and then. I'm getting money. You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy, man. So it's just a lot of things that went on with that. I remember one time, like, Suge, shout out to Suge. Somebody, this is what made me remember this story. Shout out to, that's why the Morning Mud is so good. Some people bring up some stuff. So shout out to the dude. I think it's Living Swell brought up Suge name, you know what I'm saying? And Suge was like one of my partners at the time, you know what I'm saying? That's my road dog. That's my dude. So me and him get money. I'm breaking bread with him when I could get some. He breaking bread with me when he gets some. You dig what I'm saying? So we moving, and you know what I'm saying? Dudes is jealous of us on this joint because we getting money, you know what I'm saying? But we out the way. And we ain't to be played with. So they don't know what to do. So dudes be hating on you. Dudes will drop down on you. You know what I'm saying? Just cause, man. Just like in the movie Belly, man. I don't like that. I'm gonna drop a dime on. They'll do that. I'm telling you, that's a real joint. That's why they put that part in the movie, because dudes be doing that for real. They just hate for no reason. They hate you because they ain't you. You dig? So I remember when we was down the gym one time, man, and the people said that they was getting ready to run down, you know what I'm saying, on the gym and shake everybody down there. And me and Suge down there joint dirty. You know what I'm saying? So Suge had some stuff in a coat. And I remember he took his coat off, because we can have jean jackets, your own personal jean jackets. But at the time, like I say, if you get money, you don't supposed to have a one. Suge had like two. You know what I'm saying? So he took his coat off and dropped it on the ground, because they running in there script searching everybody. So he took his coat off and dropped it on the ground and laid it down, and he wasn't gonna claim it. So when they came in there and strip searched everybody that was in the gym, and they went and looked at the clothes that was on site, they found that coat too, and they was trying to figure out who coat it was, because it had the work in it. And they kept on saying, it's your coat, it's your coat. So they tried to run the cameras back, see the coat. But by then we had left the gym, right? And they called him back over there, and he came back over there wearing a jean. Man, this was a boss move. He came back wearing a jean jacket, where they try to say, this your jacket. He said, no, it ain't. I got my jacket on. This is my jacket. You know what I'm saying? So that was what saved him that day. Now, we had the heads up that they was getting ready to come down there, because the girl was working on the gym gate. And she told me, look, they get ready to run down here on y'all. So I'm like, what? And I'm dirty too, but I got money. I got a lot of cash money and a little bit of work. I gave her the work and the money, because I couldn't leave. She said, don't let nobody leave the gym. So I gave it to her, and she held it down for me, man. That was some boss stuff too. She held the money and held the work. And just imagine that. You getting ready to get ran down by the police, and you give the work and the money to the police to hold. They not gonna check her. So I was scared. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? My heart was beating and everything, because we was moving around. We had got so comfortable moving around the way we was moving, because we was really moving like bosses. We was really moving like we supposed to be moving in the penitentiary. You get too comfortable, like, because you walking around with work on you, you know, got money on you, you know what I'm saying, and all this dumb stuff that you weren't really supposed to be doing in the penitentiary, you know what I'm saying. I ain't had no business with the money on me. I got the money on me because I'm really flashing it on these other bros, trying to get something else happen, something strange to happen for some change. To be honest with you, you know what I'm saying. But she held that down. So I paint that picture to let you know, like, I had like a decent amount of trust in her, you know what I'm saying, for a lot of other reasons. Like I say, the connection that, you know, my peoples, I know your peoples, that was a connection. Plus on the strength of, like, I know you don't play with me, because, you know, my people play with you out there if you play with me in here, you know. So I was kind of like, you know, a little confident, and you know what I'm saying, that they wouldn't let me down. So, because now, don't get it twisted. Now, she was getting some money. She's getting paid now. I'm telling you, because money be flowing in there when you can get that sack in. So you're talking about working at an institution where they probably get paid every 2 weeks or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what their check was like, but when you talking about you can make $500 to $1,000 a week, tax free. You dig? So it was good for her. You understand me? And I'm talking about, this is cash money put right in your hand that you know what I'm saying, that you can make. So it was all right, man. So I remember one time though that I had told somebody on the street to get me something, and it was a decent amount of something, and they got it right, and they was supposed to been bringing it to me. And then the time came that they were supposed to bring it to me, then I ain't get it. You know, like I say, man, you in the other building. So when they in the other building, I had a whole setup, because I had my old head that was in the block with her. And I told her that I trust my old head emphatically. You dig? Yeah, y'all know I ain't used that word in a while. You know, y'all used to joke me when I first started. I used that word a lot, but that's a good word. So I told her I trust him emphatically. You can tell him whatever, you can give him whatever. If you got something to get me, you could give it to him. If you got a message to get to me, you could give it to him. Because this was my old head Van. Shout out Van Burton, man. That was my dude. You know. So I used to get stuff through him, and she get the sack, she get it to him. He come out on the yacht, pass it off to me, so on and so forth. This how we was rolling, you know what I'm saying? Whole system in play. So I'm waiting, right? I see Van outside. I'm like, man, people ain't getting nothing. No, man, you say nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, so a week go by. I'm a week late with what I'm supposed to get. I ain't like I could go looking for her, go talking to her, whatever. I'm just sending messages through Van. Like, I said, what's up, man? Tell her I said, what's up? So Van come back and let me know. She say, oh, she got me. She just said she got you. Hold on. She got you. Hold on. So I'm like, what? So, man, it go on. It get like 2 weeks go by. And I'm like, man, I call home and yeah, I gave them that. You ain't got that yet? No, I ain't got that. So I'm like, man, what the? So it was crazy. So then one day I go down to the gym, right? Because I'm working in the gym at the time. Me and Suge were working in the gym. We had jobs in the gym, which allowed us to move around and be able to shake and bake and shake out, right? So I can remember being in there, and they came down there like they was going on a break. So they came down there, they got to go through the gym gate, and they called me out. And I'm like, what's up, man? What's up with that? Man, they told me the junk gone. I say, gone? What? It's gone? I said, how? What you mean gone? Right? So they told me look, I ain't want to say nothing to you or nothing like that, right? Because it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? But I had it in my car because, you know, I'm hiding it from my husband, so I keep it in the car or whatever, right? So he was like, boom, I let my brother use my car. And, you know what I'm saying? I ain't think nothing about it. So then when I go to bring it to you and I go to get it out of where I had it, it was gone. So I'm thinking he took it because he's strung out on drugs right now. I'm like, what? This the Joker that I knew back in the day. They played ball, played pro ball and everything. So I said, he on drugs. He was like, yeah, he on the band. I ain't want to tell you, Bank, but he on the band. And I think it had to be him. I confronted him and asked him, and he said, no, but it had to be him. It ain't nobody else been in my car. Ain't nobody else got access to my car. Don't nobody else around me, you know, get high but him. You know what I'm saying? So it won't even what he get high on. But she said he probably took it solely to get what he want. And I'm like, so the obvious question come up like, well, what you gonna do about that? I mean, how you gonna straighten that? What you? Oh, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I'll make it up to you. How? How? I'm like, man, I'm like blown because when I used to get that. Now, mind you, they've been paid to bring it already, so their fee is already taken care of. That's off the top. But usually when I get that and I make some money, I send some money back out to who looked out for me to make sure that I get that. So now I can't even do that unless I got to go in my pocket. Now I got to go in my pocket to make sure that the people that try to send me what they try to send me get paid. So I'm taking L's all the way around the board. So I'm like, nah, this ain't it. This ain't it. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't wanna do nothing crazy like put my people down on him. Like, look, man, hey, she ain't get that. She talking about the brother because I could have put him down on him too. You know what I'm saying? Like, where he at, man? He getting high. What he doing getting high? Is he getting high? You know about him getting high? But I did ask out there and inquire about him. Like, put my people on, like, is old boy getting high, boy? He's a baller. That's what I heard, but I ain't seen him in a long time. But I heard he getting high. I don't know what. I'm like, man, oh, how the mighty fall. Oh, how the mighty can fall, man. I'm talking about this boy made it to the NBA and then pro overseas for at least a decade. Where all your money go to and why is you know what I'm saying? But life, man, life be lifing. You know what I'm saying? And I hadn't like knew anything about him or seen him or anything except for like high school days was the last time I ever even laid eyes on him. You know what I'm saying? Big old Bam. You know what I'm saying? I can remember the last time that I actually seen him. It was at a house party, and one of the dudes that played in college with him, he had brought that dude to the house party. You know what I'm saying? Because they was home on a break or something from college. He brought that dude down there. The dude was the point guard on the college team that he played for, and that dude got to fighting that night with a local dude. And I can remember that because I was out there that night and they got the rumbling and stuff. And they went from the back of the house party rumbling to the people like, y'all gotta go with everybody break it all up. It's crazy. It's like messing out up the house party because the house party was really like in the backyard. It was a nice joint though. So they get the rumbling back there, everybody break it up. It's a lot of people involved. They ended up in the middle of the street trying to rumble again because the dude that played ball was trying to get some get back because he really messed around with a country boy and got smoked. You know what I'm saying? And he was trying to get some get back. So they took the fight back out there on the street. And then I remember dudes was like trying to jump in it and stuff. And, you know, because the local dude and then him. And then I remember him, he taking the side of the basketball player, even though you from right here, but you taking the side of him because he on your team. So then I remember a lot of dudes like, oh no, you ain't. You switch sides. Oh, and it was just a mad. That's the last time I remember seeing him in like in real life. So you got to imagine I've been locked up so long. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, boom, this was him, and now this is him, and you know all the other experiences when you in prison, all the other experiences that he had, you just heard about like, oh man, he on San Antonio Spurs. Oh, what? You know, you like, hey, that's crazy. Then like, oh no, now he gone. Oh, he overseas, he still playing. Oh, he getting money. Oh, he coming home, he married. He in a Lamborghini and all. You heard all these things, and now I'm hearing like he a drug addict and he broke and he been divorced and he getting high. So it's like, man. So it just from the inside looking out, it's just crazy. Like, man, it's hard to process all of that stuff. So yeah, but that's what dude was telling me. He was like, yeah, man, I heard he fell off, man. Yeah, wife left him, took the kids, and he been on drugs and da 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 da. So I'm like, man. So I'm like, maybe she telling the truth because I ain't want to not believe her. It ain't like, but when you in the position that you in, that you locked up, you don't know. She could have took it. You know what I'm saying? She could have wanted the money. She could have did something with it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it was strange, man. I ain't really know what to do, man. So for the most part, for real, I took that L, and she started like, I could give you like, 300-400 a week until I pay for it and get it over with or whatever, whatever. So she was doing little stuff like that, and then I just started telling her to bring other little stuff to try to, what I'm saying, make up for what was going on until I had another play. Then when I had another play, I was kind of like scared because I'm like, if I get it to you, I'm gonna get it. So it was just a weird, and I think that was like what kind of threw things off. So then the phone situation came up when I heard about the phone. Because mind you, I'm doing all of this, getting away with all this without even having a phone. I didn't know nothing about the phone like that at that time. So when the phone thing came up, when Dirty hit me about the phone, then I turn around and yeah, dude, is this yeah? I cut the phone. I tell her, look, I know somebody. I'm gonna tell my people to give you this phone. You gonna bring me the phone? And she brought me the phone. So I was like, okay, all is well, all is made up. You know what I'm saying? But this was a while later. But I ended up getting the phone through them. They got the phone, gave the phone to Van. Van came out, gave me the phone. You know what I'm saying? That's when I told y'all in the story when I got the phone, went back up there, went in the cell, tried to plug the thing in with the adapter, thinking that the only way the phone to work is with the adapter because when I left the street, a phone had a cord on it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking it got to be plugged in. So I'm trying to use it and I couldn't make it work. Took it down there to Dirty, boom, showed me that it worked, da 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 da. That's what it was. But I had kept the adapter when I had the first phone that I had for so long, taking so many shots on getting locked up. Cause the adapter actually had what was it on that joint? Cause you can have adapters for whatever we had at the time, Walkman, CDs, TVs, and stuff like that. But this adapter looked different because it had Nokia. It had something like Nokia written on it. And I didn't know what that meant. I'm just thinking it'll blend in with all these other adapters. My adapters plugged in for all of this stuff. My Celly's adapters plugged in. And I can remember a CO came in there and shook the cell down. And he was like, he just put it down and kept going. And all the time, he actually said I was both. I was like, what's wrong? Because I'm in handcuffs and stuff, but I'm seeing how they shaking down. And he was like, oh, I thought it was a phone adapter or something, man. I said, nah, man, it go to my such. And I think he might have knew, but I was just, unaware at the time. And then I remember I said something to Dirty, and I said something, man, you can't keep that, man. That Joan is a phone Joan. So I immediately got scared, went back in there, got a dude that spliced the wires, put another adapter on there that we can have, splice them back together, and I could use that to charge my phone and got rid of that Nokia joint, which I had for a minute. And all the time I'm at risk and not even knowing that I'm at risk. You know what I'm saying? But them seeing that and know, hey, man, this joker might got a phone here somewhere because this a phone adapter. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? All learning experiences all at the same time, man. But it was a crazy, crazy time, man. But I lost that sack, man, due to I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe she out here. Maybe she'll see this and maybe she can tell me the truth. Now, did he really take it or did you take it? It don't. It really don't matter now. But these are. You know what I'm saying? Some of the L's you got to take in prison, which I tell you, in prison, anyway, you take one every day. You take an L every day in prison, multiple L's every day. You know what I'm saying? You wake up with an L because you're in captivity. So, but yeah, man, I can remember that joint, man. That was a wild time back then. And then, unfortunately, too, which led me a couple of years later, led me to believe that she won't lie. She told the truth because dude actually passed away on an OD. He actually OD'd. They found him in a car, sitting behind the wheel, unresponsive. And autopsy revealed that he had OD'd. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, so RIP to him, right? But crazy situation, man. But that was when yeah, that was like the only time that I could think of right now at the top of my brain is somebody like really like hijacked my package, man. They hijacked that joint, took it, gone. Took it through the cone. It was gone. You dig? Had to regroup, re-up, and get back to it, man. Cause the grind don't stop in the penitentiary. You got to get money if you want to eat at night. Your stomach will be touching your back, you heard? But anyway, man, I just wanted to share that with y'all, man. More to come. Y'all keep talking to me in the morning mud, in the late night mud, man. Keep talking to me, man, in the chat TBP, man, so I know. Cause you might say something that spark a memory that, you know, I can reflect back on and give it to y'all, man. But the main thing is stay out the penitentiary, man. Stay out the penitentiary. Make all your memories be from out here in the free world, man. You know, that you could tell your kids and your grandkids about. You don't want them to be penitentiary memories, man. And unfortunately, most of mine are. But it is what it is, man. We out here, man. Y'all TBP Nation, stand up, man. Be smart. Make good decisions and duck them hooks, man. Because they out there, man. And if you ain't got the membership, man, you ain't gonna know what this sound means. But if you do got it, then you do know. And if you don't know, now you know. Boom.
The banky special.
Yeah.
Pure delicious.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.